What is going on, everybody? Hope you all are well. Today we are taking a first look at Ninja Gaiden 4. We are playing on Xbox Series X. Full disclosure, code for the game was provided by the publisher, but please keep in mind it's not paid content and the publisher has no control of my critical opinion of the game. So yeah, let's get into this. We'll do a first look. We're live streaming it over on YouTube. We're live streaming it over on Twitch. There'll be shorter edit videos that goes up on YouTube later. When I do some of these games, I do like comparison videos. I was gonna compare it to Ninja Gaiden 2 Black and even Devil May Cry 5. I downloaded them and everything, but I did something a little bit different for this. I actually put out an edited YouTube video, which is not crazy long, where it compares the graphics of like Ninja Gaiden 4 to Ninja Gaiden 2 Black and even Devil May Cry 5, the Xbox next gen version. So go check out that video if you're interested, because I don't want this video to go on too long, right? So yeah, yeah. Again, if you character action game, original Ninja Gaiden, like from is the IP of the original developers of Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, but there's something interesting with this, because if you haven't been keeping up, it's not actually made by Tecmo Koei. It's actually made by Platinum Games of Bayonetta fame and Metal Gear Rising fame. So it plays. How do we get into this? Because maybe we talk about this topic like when we play the game a little more. It plays very like it's got the IP of Ninja Gaiden, but it plays very different. Like I've seen a lot of like it's one of those games. I don't play a lot of games off stream. I usually save everything for the live stream so we can get a live reaction. But because I need to edit a video, I have played a lot of this off stream, so I can speak about this a little bit more. But I have seen some comments about, oh yeah, no, it's Ninja Gaiden is like, it's like an update and what. No, it's not. If you like this game feels great to play. Everybody's gonna leave the stream now, but this game feels fantastic to play. But at the same time, I'm telling you, this doesn't feel like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 at all. Like they feel totally different. Like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 feels like slower, more methodical, purposefully everything you do, where this is more in line with the Bayonetta and the Devil May Cry games and the Ninja Gaiden Rising games, where it's way more actiony, is super fast, it's a little bit mashy, and I don't mean mashy in a bad way, I mean mashy in a good way, so like the pacing is very different. Again, like go check out that video if you want to do a graphics comparison and see how they move. It will give you a better example. Where should we get into this? If we go to options, let me just quickly show you what's here. If we go gameplay settings, there's quite a lot of options here. Like there's the classic, do you want blood on everything? One setting I wish they had was, like, I want them to keep blood and gore on. There's like, when you attack enemies, there's like blood splatter on the screen, and I don't like it because it covers up too much of what's going on the screen, where I would have preferred it, because it kind of makes it look like, how like in Ninja Gaiden 2 Black you had that vignette setting where it darkens the edges of the screen. It almost turns in kind of that. There's so much blood splatter on the screen, you can't actually see what's going on. So I wish there was an option to turn that off, and there isn't, which is a shame. Other stuff we just look at here. So the other big one, if we hold on, let's go into audio. I've turned the music down a little bit. Let me see. The other big one we should talk about here. So this has a performance mode or graphics mode. Chat goes, can you remap? I think so. This has we'll check it right now. This has a performance mode and a graphics mode. It starts in performance mode. Graphic mode is 30 FPS. Don't touch it. I don't care if the game looks 50 bajillion times better. This game is so fast paced, so action based. It's like unplayable. You have to keep it in this performance mode. There should be just no and I'm not even that guy who's like, 60 FPS, everything, blah, blah. No, I play games at 30. I don't care. This one, you can't. You just simply cannot. If we go to button remapping, chat, was that input triggers, disabled, hold, left, right, single, hold on, I'm pretty sure. Item wheel, button mapping, here you go. So you can hold or reset. So you can do type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, control, custom, there you go. So yeah, you could do everything. I have seen some conversations where people saying, I want to change where block is. I think I've muscled memoried already though, because this will probably go to the Souls games, right? So people don't like block on R2, but it's fine. I've I've got used to it now. So yeah, but that's it. That's the like button mapping and that graphic setting is the only thing you gotta really like, you know, be curious with. You have archives here, so when you like unlock, I want to go in there. I don't want to do spoiler stuff. Like when you complete certain levels, you unlock some of this stuff about who is who, and you know, and then so this another thing. So what happens is when you complete the game, again, I don't want this intro to go on forever. When you complete the game, it does like so the mode you have story mode, and then you have challenge mode. But the where in Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, after you completed the level, you could do the challenge mode for that level. You have to complete the game to get the challenge mode. And the reason you would want to do that is, so if anybody who doesn't know, that you play as the new character, and you play as the mainline like Ryu Hayabusa, you play as him toward the end of the game. And the thing is, people want to play him for the entire part of the game because he plays a little bit different and slower. But the only way you can do that is once you complete the game, you unlock him, and then you would have to play. Like, you can't even then do the story mode as him again. You would have to do the challenge mode for each level as him, because they will let you pick characters. Does that make sense? Kind of how like in the older games you would pick the girls, right? But you don't get that until you finish. So, and then you got a training mode where you can like train all your combos and everything. What else? Let me just quickly. So another thing that this does is, because you don't unlock the challenge mode until the end of the game, what I've had to basically do is, every time I complete a level, I've had to make separate saves so you can go back and revisit that level, because we haven't got challenge mode unlocked yet. But the only thing is, when you load the older save, you don't have all your moves unlocked. So what I'm gonna do in this first look is, because the main footage that they've been showing off for like months now is that first level, so everybody's seen what that first level is. So what I'll do is I'll probably do 15 minutes of that first level, and then the first and the second level are literally like the same. So the thing that this game does is, and this is one of the criticisms of this game, they'll introduce a new level and there'll be like 2 or 3 enemies for that level, and they rinse and repeat throughout the entire stage. And then they introduce a new level, and then they'll add 1 extra new enemy, and until you don't totally come to a new biome, that's when they'll introduce new enemies. So the thing is, with the stage 1 and 2, because the air quotes they're the same biome, there's only like 4 enemies. So because you've already seen that footage, it'll be, and like you can rush through it and play it for like 45 minutes a stage, but there's loads of extras to unlock anything. You can end up playing like for an hour and a half if you want to get all the extras, right? So what we do is we'll do a little bit of the first stage, and then I'll jump straight into like the first stage, the third stage, because that's when like it's actual new content, right? So let's go new game here first of all. Yes. And then I saw some comments online where it's funny because hero mode refers to as easy mode now, but back in the day hero mode was like extra hard or anything or something like that. But we just go normal difficulty.
Yakumo, come in. Do you copy?
Yeah.
What's your status?
Caught a lift. Arrival at target imminent.
All right, so this just tells you about your light attack, your heavy attack. You got your throw shuriken. So that's something that they've kept from the original Ninja Gaiden games. There is a new move, but the light and heavy attack are still exactly the same. You got your jump here. You got your shuriken. I would say I don't like the lock-on. The lock-on is pretty bad, and it's just a bit weird though, because the hardcore Ninja Gaiden fans don't like the lock-on anyway. Like, they play without it, but I feel like this is such a fast character action game. Like, I wish the lock-on was better. Like right here, I'm locked onto this character. It's like blocking and dodging. Hold on. So I'm locked onto this character here now, but it doesn't like camera lock. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of does it a little bit, but not like fully. There has been an update since I played, so I wonder if they fixed a lot of these things. I was playing pre-release. So you got like a block button, and while you're blocking, you can dodge like that. If you dodge at the last minute, you get like bullet time. And then you got like a modifier. Hold on, I'm just trying to show you it here. You still got, if you hold your hard attack button down, you can go into this. And then let's just quick get up. So, you know, in the older Ninja Gaiden games, they was like, yo, we're gonna throw shurikens at you, and that's annoying. In this game, it's not shurikens, it's rocket launcher enemies, and they are a gajillion times more annoying. Because they don't fire one rocket at you, they fire 4 at a time. Platinum Games is still doing that thing where they're reusing a lot of their animations. Because if you look at this, like this animation, this is straight. Hold on, let me show you. This is straight from Vanquish. Look at that. Anybody recognize it? Maybe from Metal Gear Rising. Maybe from. There's literally a level in Metal Gear Rising that is on a train like this. So yeah, the other thing you got, which is going to show us now, is this is like where the big change comes in from Ninja Gaiden games. You have, like, oh, we still got dismemberment. So
Made enemy contact.
once an enemy is like down and he's bleeding, you can like one-shot kill him. Again, the reason I'm playing so basic here, we haven't unlocked a lot of our moves. You have to spend currency to get those. But the big change here is like they got this move. They got. Hold on. See what I was talking about, the blood splatters on the screen? Again, and I'm not saying that as in like I don't want the gore. No, I want the gore. I just don't want the splatter on the screen. So this is the new move, Bloodbind Ninjutsu. So what it basically does is it gives you like that bar, and if you hold L2, it gives you a modifier. You get like your blood sword, and then basically every move you do with your light attack or your hard attack, it basically has modifiers. And the way they add it into gameplay, there's certain like unblockable moves that the enemies do, and the only way you can like do a clash and break the enemy's move is you basically go into blood sword mode, and then you hit them with an attack while they're in that red form, and then you can get like a clash break. And then from there you get like loads of unlocks, or you get loads of new moves from it. So you like from like for anybody who's played what's that game called? I covered a couple of weeks ago. Oh my god, that's what happens when you do that slow motion. So even though Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 had weapons, they didn't have weapon switching on the fly. They kind of did, but you have to bring up a menu. What this game does, it does it more Devil May Cry style, where you use Virgil, where later on you can press up, down, left, right on the D-pad, and you get 4 weapons, and you can switch on them in the fly to help with your combos. So it feels very different in that regards to Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 also, because you'll use a certain weapon to launch enemies, and then you'll use another weapon to finish combos off. Does that make sense? I think everybody should know by now you don't get as much weapons as you did in Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. So the last thing we should talk about is the parry. They don't even really, like, the tutorial, they don't go over the parry at all, which is interesting. So the way that parry works in this, it's like an active parry. So this is the thing I was telling you, that you have to use your... See where it goes red? And I have to use, like, my blood form sword to break his guard, which you do a lot of with bosses as well. That's what makes the bosses feel great, because it's very... Like, is the more aggressive you are with this game, the like you can just destroy even bosses. You can destroy depending on like how aggressive you are. What was the one? Yeah, so the parry. They don't really discuss the parry a lot. How parry works in this game? There isn't a parry button.
Alright, Yakumo. You know what we're here for. Infiltrate the 4 shrines and break the seals on the Dark Dragon.
All right, got it.
Expect heavy resistance.
The way
when
you
beat
parry
him.
in this game is
We're all counting on
you
you,
get a
Yakumo.
sword clash. So you have your attack button. If you
Just that,
attack
visuals.
at the same time,
You should be exiting the tunnel
I
shortly.
shouldn't talk over the story. If you attack at the same time as the enemy and you get a sword clash, it turns into a parry. Basically, that's how the parry works in this game. There's not a parry button; it's just you attack.
Here we are.
Chat goes, is it strict? I've heard some people say the timing's off, but I say no. Because the game's a bit mashy, you can get a lot of accidental parries. But I think that's, and I'm not a fan of parry, but I think that's to this game's benefit because it's so action oriented and fast paced. I prefer it that the parry is just a clash mechanic rather than a parry button. Because you can still learn the enemies. You can still learn the enemy's attacks and still time your attack, right? But it's not on the block. Does that make sense? So I think the parry feels like good in that regard. Not that it's good to do, but it's good because it's an active parry. If that's the best way to explain it. It's not a separate button, you know? And then if you do a perfect parry, I think you can... I might be wrong about the perfect parry thing.
The Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods,
You could do more moves from
wreaked
it.
havoc across the world.
All right, so shall I try not
Awakened
to
by
speak
the
over
fiends
this?
of the underworld, the corrupted dragon fractured the very earth and plunged humanity into chaos. The plot of the fiends was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja, Ryu Hayabusa. A master ninja with superhuman skills who has eradicated the forces of evil time and time again. Not even the dragon god was able to stand against
This
Ryu
does feel
Hayabusa.
cheap here. I'm not gonna
An
lie.
order
This
was
should have been on
restored
a
to the
proper
world once
cutscene.
more.
I don't get it. Like,
However,
this is why sometimes I
several
think this
years
game
ago,
could
a
have been
powerful
made on a
fiend
budget.
and a mysterious priestess attempted to resurrect the Dark Dragon.
Like, why
And
haven't we
once
got
again,
a pog cutscene
Ryu
for this?
took up arms to vanquish this threat. Yet, despite Ryu's heroic efforts, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, brimming with immeasurable power fueled by the countless lives sacrificed in the summoning ritual. And
Anyway,
from
this story is
husk
important because
fell
it
an
tells you why
endless
it's raining
downpour of cursed
throughout the entire
rain.
game.
Blighted miasma flooded Tokyo,
Say that and then it stops
rousing
raining.
the hordes of the underworld and transforming the desolated city into a living hellscape. In an effort to prevent a repeat of this calamity, Ryu worked alongside the Divine Dragon Order, an autonomous military organization that seized control of the city and sealed away the husk of the Dark Dragon. Still infested with blight and vile fiends, the abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Like, psych, you ain't using him. Alright, let's just try to get through this section as quick as possible. Tell you about wall running. That's another thing that this game does very different to like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. There's a lot of wall running and swinging and grappling hooks kind of thing, to the point where like this even reminds me of like Ghost Runner, but Ghost Runner was in like first person, right?
Infiltrated the facility.
This is like
Commencing
third person.
mission.
On your
All right,
guard,
I'm
Yakumo.
I'm
That's managed
I'm
to
literally skipping because
Grab
there's
shot.
nothing. All it is like a 10-second cutscene where she throws some smoke and we disappear. She thinks that I'm getting kidnapped. The girl's getting kidnapped, and then but she's actually escaping with me. Again, this is like it's really slow. It's
I'm
just
fine.
nothing. A
Proceeding
whole
with the
segment
mission.
is just a bona fide 40-minute story segment that is really slow. and this is like where the game actually starts. And then this is where this is everything we've seen about this game so far. It's basically this location.
First thing we need to do is break through their defense network. The network draws power from
Oh, I kind of made a little bit of a mistake. I should have upped my volume there, but totally forgot. Sorry, so that story segment might have been a little bit quiet. I was distracted. I apologize.
Looking forward to seeing you work. The first pylon should be just ahead. Good luck.
Yeah, like what she described there, that's what we're doing in these like first 3 levels. Like, is this same city, neon, Tokyo, cyber, I don't know what I want to call it. But this is the location for the first couple of hours. No, the whole game is not this environment. Again, that's why I want to skip forward. But it's just like the first 3 levels. But the whole game is raining.
Yakumo, come over here real quick.
So, so they introduced these terminals. These terminals, if we have a look,
Take this.
this is how you
can use this to
basically
heal up at a pinch.
get your
Go ahead and
story
try it.
drops and get your missions and upgrades. It introduces the item wheel here. So if you hold L1, you get your item wheel. This is where you get your brews and everything, you know, to heal up or like do extra damage. So you'll see a couple of these throughout the levels. As soon as you touch them, it refills your life. And then it also, you can buy items from here with your currency. The currency is how you get either in the game or by doing like side missions. And this is something they brand new introduced in this game. It's like literally side missions. So the game's not open world or open ended. So what you do is you just literally select these missions, so accept them all, and then what happens is while you're going through the game, there might be like secret jumps or secret side points that ends up bringing you to the same main path, but it's just like a side segment. And then you go to that side segment and you might have to kill like 10 enemies or something. There's like mini challenge rooms. You might see what I'm saying. So after you've done that, you would come not back to this main one because these are jotted all over the level. You would come in and then you would turn in your missions, and then for turning in your missions you get like ninja coin rewards and everything, and then you might get items for it as well. So that's how it works. It's not offensive, and you could just select them all at once, and most of the missions are like on your path. So there's no reason not to select all these, because as long as you're doing a side jump here and there and you like doing mini challenge rooms, you're just gonna get more of that currency, and that currency is used to unlock like your weapon upgrades and things like that. What's interesting here about the deluxe edition content, like you don't have to unlock all this here, because if you got the deluxe edition, this ninja coin thing is massive. It gives you like 50k coins, which basically means you can unlock like all your moves. It gives you like deluxe outfits and all that. But again, if you're on your like second or third playthrough, it's interesting the way they've done it, because you don't have to unlock this stuff. So if you want to play it like harder, does that make sense? And then like she'll just give you
How are you doing?
she'll just give you story drops
So
here.
Listen, I'm not sure if we should trust that priestess just yet.
I agree with you, girl. So you get story drops here, and then late in a minute, there's gonna be another character that shows up that basically gives you your move unlocks. Does that make sense? So exactly the same as you see that point there. You in a second you're gonna see you're gonna see another. So wherever you come to one of those bases, you're gonna come to her and then another character, and the other character is your trainer basically, where he's gonna give you like new move unlocks, and then that's where you spend that currency.
Reinforcements incoming. Oh man, they're quick.
With forces this coordinated, it's
So yeah, now you understand why we're gonna jump to chapter 3 in a minute, because this is like literally everything they showed off of this game is like this level, you know. It's like pointless for us to play 3 hours of that again. Because initially when I was playing this off stream, I was like, wait, is this like where the entire game is? I was like rolling my eyes a little bit, and I was like, oh, actually no. Like later on you go to, I think there's like an inside factory level. Again, you're still a bit clunky here because you haven't unlocked all your moves yet. Which is like they literally, after this segment, they introduced a bit. And then you don't get your first weapon unlocked until about level 4. So when you start messing with combos and weapon switching and everything. You know, it's a good few hours in. Because there's like you get a rage mode. They introduced the rage mode like way later on until about level 3. And when you go into rage mode, like it powers up your blood sword. It powers that up. Where you can one-shot kill certain enemies, and then while you're in rage mode, you can like one-shot kill everything on the screen also, depending on what type of enemy it is. All right, so here's the other guy that they're gonna introduce. So wherever you see,
Hey, kid.
Tyrant, what do you want?
Always straight to business. I came here to whip your ass into shape. Don't think you can skip out on your training that easily. You just cough up the coin and I'll teach you.
so he's basically your trainer. So wherever you see him, you're gonna see. They haven't, because this is the training section they'll show you. So you'll see the girls bit where you select missions, and you'll see him like literally everywhere. I've seen both of them at once. Him you basically use to learn combat skills. So you know all those coins that you unlock, like, you know, like the famous Inazuma drop you would want to unlock from here. Once you unlock it, it says do you want to try it out in training. And then what happens is we just unlocked that move, but from that move we unlocked another move. This is where you get like all your moves, and when you get new weapons, this is where you get to get your new moves from your weapons. Let's have a look. See where like from your dodge you can do different moves, like chain links, like what you do from perfect blocks. You know, this is where you would get it. And every level, the later you get on, like the more things you unlock. And then there's one more thing I just show you until we get to like some proper stuff. But, the battle techniques, once you've unlocked it, you could just go through the guide and it shows you like what you've unlocked. And then you can go to the training room. Again, you can speak to him and he gives you like story drops. But what this, they haven't, I gotta play a little bit more forward. But there's one more unlock. So he unlocks like techniques. He unlocks techniques, but I don't know what's going on there. Like, the more you...
Yakumo, what's wrong?
Something's off.
The more you use your weapons and stuff, you actually get weapon unlocks, and that's like a separate menu. If I just show you, it's gonna show us in a second.
What happened here?
Destruction caused by the Shrine Demon, protector of the Dark Dragon Shrine. It must know we're here. But we're still far enough from the shrine
is this
that
a
the demon's
prime
influence
example I
shouldn't
can
be
show
too
you?
strong yet.
So you know how I said like where you go to select those missions? So that's the main way to go. But sometimes you'll get like side paths. You see what I'm saying? Like here's the prime example. So if we go down this side path, if I go here, and then we'll come to like a segment where it's gonna be like, you know, do that mission that we selected. And the reason you would want to get your ass whooped, no, the reason you would want to do this is when you hand in those missions, you still have to do the classic. You want to go for the enemies who are throwing shurikens at you, because they're the ones that are annoying as hell. And that's it, mission complete. Okay, so then some of them are not even on a side path. Some of them are just on the main path. So what I don't know is, like, if you haven't selected that mission, will those enemies even show up on the main path? So yeah, it's nothing like crazy, and it's like not bad to do. Like, it helps you learn your combos and stuff, and like gives you that currency that you unlock, you know. So there's no reason you don't want to do it, unless you got the deluxe edition. Because if you got the deluxe edition, like, you're gonna have so much currency anyway that it's like whatever, right? Because there's challenge rooms, and those challenge rooms literally take longer to do. Like, you'll be dying on them 3-4. So that, it like warps you to a different zone. That's... So we just unlocked that move a little while ago. The Ninja Gaiden drop. Man, I said we was gonna spend like 20 minutes here, but it's just like, it's been an hour just to show this intro off. Let's see what's going on. Guy broke his guard. Should have unlocked the better charge. Unlock it. Here's where it shows you like new weapon skills. So depending on, I don't know if it's based on your weapon levels or it's just based on currency. So there's two types of currencies. There's the yellow one, and then there's the red one. The red one is at any time you can go in your pause menu and you unlock special moves for that particular weapon. So here it's like forward, back, X, and I get a separate move. So, and then once you do that, you get like, you know, new moves off of it. But some of it is like super important because you get like totally new moves. It's not gonna show it here, but like you'll go into like a Black Myth Wukong kind of thing where you turn into a big red lance, and you can like hold off your lance for a while. In a second, we're gonna unlock. We're going to no exit photo mode. Yes. In a second, we're also gonna unlock like gear. It's just like rings basically. There's nothing crazy. Like each ring could be like, you know, like this lowers projectile damage or this increases your defense. It's nothing crazy. So if you get the deluxe edition, you also get like these free costumes. And then you also get like weapon costumes. That's what comes in the deluxe edition. I've been rocking this one. None of the costumes are great for him, if I'm being honest. And then if you look at depending on what weapon you got unlocked, you get like the weapon skins as well. All right, so is there anything else? There's like one more thing. I can't remember how long it takes to.
Hey, Yakimo! Got a present for ya.
Just gonna teach us like, oh, this is where you hand in your. Oh, I got my
Nice workup.
not slingshot, my hook wire. So here's where you would hand in your missions, and then when you hand it in, you would get more of that currency. Currency equals like you can unlock new moves, but here like she gives you like a blood pellet as well, where you know that's like one of your health upgrades. So you, I think you're getting the idea.
That must be the
Finally
caddis
unlock
brown
our like
raven gear. Find a
our
solid point to hook onto, and you can use it to swing across great distances.
Raven
Yep,
gear.
you are going to be
Yes,
using
the
this
cutting-edge
a
technology
lot.
developed-
Right, so you literally got the idea. So that's, other than the challenge rooms, I think that's showing off everything. And then later on, the later you get in levels, you unlock new moves, you unlock new abilities, you unlock new weapons. And again, like that took me like an hour to show that off, and I was going through that fast. And I think we was like halfway through that first level. So, and then the second level is exactly the same. They introduced like rail grinding, which is something else we've seen in all the trailers. But the first two levels, they introduced like a flying enemy that is the same type of enemy, but he's flying. That's it. Like I was saying, I don't usually play games off stream, but it kind of benefited here. Otherwise, we would have seen literally this for like 3 hours, and you lot would have thought, wait, is that all the game is? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load up here on the end of chapter 2. So chapter 3 is gonna start. And then what we'll see here is the first time they introduce like a new, it's not fully a new biome because it's still in the city, but it changes palettes up a bit. And there was like a little mini boss here. Again, I wish it was easier to show off that little mini boss, but then I would have to play 3 hours of that in stream, on stream for me to see this. If I just press pause, like we finally got our accessory slots, right? So see how it's just 2 rings. You can't equip both at the same time. Is one or the other. Here we got like a moderate defense increase. Here it says like half damage from range attack. So you definitely want that. Like maybe you would want to equip this for boss fights, but at the moment, like, you know, everybody knows how annoying like, you know, range attacks can be.
Got some new tricks?
All right, so like at the end of level 3, this is where we start actually getting like good moves. All right, so we definitely want that. The reason you want this is just because it's cool to even
You wanna
move
test it
like
out?
this. No,
Oh, too good for practice, huh?
bring off an enemy going to the sky. You definitely want that. All right, you got perfect block there. All right, so if we also look, see. All right, so we got the up down attack, up down X. Oh, up down X with a modifier. And up down Y. Heal strike. Here's where you start unlocking like interesting like weapon upgrades, right? Like using your blood blade. So here's what I was talking about. See, like it looks like it's just borrowing straight from Black Myth Wukong with some of these, right? So where it gives you like crazy modifiers on your blood blade. I've got that one unlocked. Okay, so this is the last thing I kind of wanted to show off. So in the levels, you'll see like hidden gates like this. But you can do them if you want, or you could just like skip past them because they are pretty difficult. So what happens is, like, you can interact with it if you want. You go here, and then depending on like the level of difficulty you choose is the better reward you get. So if I go Realm of the Gods, venture into Purgatory without paying any soul price, here look, it would 15% life decrease, 30%, 45%, 75%, and then each one like gives me more currency. And the first one is to unlock techniques, and the other one is to unlock weapon upgrades. You see what I'm saying? Like, most of these are pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm just gonna go with this one here. I might even exit because you spend a lot of time in these. And then again, these are just the challenge rooms from like 1 and 2 that they've integrated into the game. I kind of like the way they've integrated them into the game, but I don't know if later on like you get to play these all separately after you completed the game. But like, it takes you here, and then you get your like 2 character, you know. So if you want to upgrade your weapons, you have a chance to do it here. Or, you know, if you want to upgrade your techniques, you have a chance to do it here. If you lose, it's literally going to take you right back to the start. I don't think it gives you a chance to change the difficulty and health. You only get to choose that once. And then you come in here, and then it's going to be wave based, you know. So you're going to kill enemies based on, from the first couple have just been 2 waves. So, you know, you wanna do this because you're literally in the arena. You want to kill these enemies because you literally want to be smart with this. Otherwise, you are gonna get smoked. That's a move that I've unlocked. That you can do quick charge. And you can also do charge off the Inazuma drop, which is a great. Use that straight gun to charge. Oh, made the big mistake of. Alright, so another. No, I want to go up top because I want to aim for this guy. No! So the whole thing you want to basically do is just health management in here. Oh, and what I can show you off my ult actually. I should have probably used it for phase 2. I'm being honest. Oh, so this is the first time I've seen. Oh my days! Damn! Yes, I haven't seen a phase 2 where those big enemies show up. Oh, that hurt. I want to get the rocket launcher guy first. That's who I was aiming for. Oh, wow. I'm actually better than I thought. Well, I did use 2 health items. Probably don't want to waste health items there. Okay. That's difficult. Try is meant to be difficult. Yeah, so I had that's the this is like the 3rd gate, and I haven't seen like big enemies show up in the gate. So as you can see, they progressively get harder and harder and harder and harder. So, all right, so this is technically where we go to the 3rd level. I don't know if the transition between each biome is going to be something like this, where it's a runner segment, or if they're just doing this here. Because like the 4th level is like a total new level. This is when we come to the actual air quotes boss. This first segment may seem a little bit easy, but it's because we encounter this boss multiple times. Timing was off there. I got the accidental parry in. What I should have done there was done that attack right there.
The demon's taken care of. Heading to the shrine now.
Wait, it's not dead?
I'll finish the job.
I'll finish the job.
Blocked off.
But yeah, technically this is like the first new biome. So you get, this is where we're getting like total new enemies. Dead. Why can't we do that the first time? Alright, which way have we got to go? That way. For secrets. A hidden area. Away we go.
Who are you?
Here to take your head.
So this is a mission. Should have done that. No.
Shit, time
Oh, okay. Wow. Winged it, chat. I could use the health. I am now doing. Red on red on red on red.
To fill you in about the shrines. So the Dark Dragon has been sealed away with ritual weapons used
We
as
got
the crux
new
of
enemies
each
here.
shrine.
These are like
Remove the weapon from
annoying
its altar,
exploding
and
things.
the seal will be broken.
Forgive me for asking, but if we only need to remove the weapon, why must you be present at the shrine as well? Furthermore, what would stop someone else from removing the weapons from the shrines?
That's why I placed a little curse on each of the ritual weapons to make sure they can't be removed. Which means that it's impossible for anyone to break the seals without me there.
I see. Well, you've sure done a
Snaky,
thorough job.
snaky. Alright, stop wasting time. Oh shit. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, could use this. Thank you very much. Alright, hold on to your bets. Cause I have a feeling this is gonna be a boss fight.
You've made it. The shrine
Made it.
should be right below you.
Got it.
But as you can guess, this is the actual ultimate, like the real form. Every laugh together with us. No, that was garbage.
I've never seen anything like this.
Well, you don't come across too many shrine guardian demons. So...
Whatever. Yakumo, don't expect this thing to fight fair. Fall back if things get rough.
Hey! If Yakumo runs away, then who's going to protect me and Misaki? Besides, if you can't beat this little demon, you won't stand a chance against the Dark Dragon.
Nonsense. Yakumo won't let us down. We have a prophecy to fulfill.
No pressure.
Get out of corner.
That all you got? You're dead.
Sure, screw it. Oh no. Can I one shot you? Oh, I can. All right.
You're dead.
Oh. Well, how many health items though? I used the revive and 2 health items. Maybe 3 health items. I guess technically those are classes the Easter's Flask. So right now I was like, oh, I want to do a no Easter's Flask run. Right, and finally we get like a proper new air quotes biome. Because even level 3, right, it was still that city level, but they changed the paint from blue to red. Now like actual new level with actual new enemies. An actual new weapon. This weapon all but ensures an intensely painful death, but consumes blood essence. It will transform into a sharp lance. Got it. Yeah, look, we can switch weapons on the switching. Alright.
Alright. Time to get going.
We can switch weapons on the fly.
The next Dark Dragon seal should be in the main structure deeper within.
And then if I use my blood, blood lance here and I hold down the button, it just basically turns into a drill weapon.
Yo, troops, all the way out here?
Seems our position may be compromised.
Inconvenient, sure. But it's not like we have much choice. You can handle them. Right, Optimal?
Won't be an issue.
Someone's not playing around now. While in Blood Raven form, weapon transforms into a lance drill. Hold X and Y to violently spin the drill, dealing heavy damage. Single enemy triggers blood kill with berserk. Alright, so spin the stick, press Y. I feel like this has combo potential though, so we should do this. See what I was saying now? You don't want to waste too many points. Because when you get new weapons, you want to save it for them. Clever pro streamer. Just remember, I'm good at stealth.
Ninjutsu you mentioned
Mind
earlier.
your business.
Yakumo has the ability to infuse blood with enchanted weapons and transform them. This is the art of bloodbind ninjutsu.
And you're saying that ninjutsu seems compatible with his new weapon too?
Precisely. It seems it may be more than your run-of-the-mill weaponry.
Well, I specifically chose the weapon to seal away an all-powerful dragon god, so yeah, a little special.
Alright, so basically what they're telling us is like level 4 is when we finally get Ninbo. Only thing we're missing right now, right? But he's still alive? Damn.
It's almost like the wind is trying to keep us out. What to do?
Wind, huh?
Wind, hey. Oh. Wait. We go.
Yakumo, come over here.
What do we get? Our glider ability?
This might come in handy. Catch a strong gust of wind, and you should be able to make it across.
Of course. leave anything for us? Just my more. Wait, but where does that go though? Trachea convert into money. Why are you aiming for that enemy? Aim for this enemy, you idiot.
Making your way up to the shrine.
Do 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 do. Oh wait, did it stop raining? No, we're under a ledge. That's a bit. There are secrets up there, chat. Damn it. I guess that's one thing I could criticize it about. I don't know if I'm feeling the constant that look with the constant rain. Rip that guy.
It's quiet.
This cave. Something doesn't feel right. Don't let your guard down, Yakumo.
She's right. This area could be ripe with murderous spirits.
Murderous spirits.
Yep, right.
Uh-oh, we're getting... Oh! Y, X, Y, B, X, B. Damn it. A, B, X, B, A, B.
Slimy little.
It's actually very hard for me to do because of the Xbox controller, and I still don't know the buttons off by heart. I have to look down. After all of this time, you would think, right?
What is this place?
Wow,
This
we
sanctum used to be
lost
dedicated to the
a
worship of the
shit
Tango
ton of
spirits.
progress.
I suppose as a priestess you would be knowledgeable about the area.
Now that you mention it, what does the Dark Dragon Priestess even do? You seem to know more about our clan's prophecy than we do.
The priestesses are the chosen protectors of the Dark Dragon. At least, they were, before his corruption. Ever since the Dark Dragon was sealed away, the priestesses have served as a vessel to house its soul. This gives us the power to seal the dragon again should he ever be set free. The burden of bearing the soul has been passed down for generations. Long story short, my job is to safeguard the Dark Dragon's soul inside my body.
Enough talk. Moving ahead.
Upper your pen. Come on. Is this him? Is this him? I need a boss fight.
Another demon! This one feels different from the ones you fought so far.
I've handled worse.
Jeez. I swear that felt like frame drop. Oh, you're back. Maybe he was pissed because I broke all those statues. Lock on. What are you doing? Yeesh. Wait, do we just dodge this section? I'm not even... Damn! Sure.
You're mine.
Oh my days.
Call up the rescue team! Hurry!
I reckon we're ready to give some final thoughts here. We've been playing for like 5 hours. I played a good couple of hours off stream just to get the hang of the game. So yeah, thoughts on the game. At its core, the combat is great. I feel like obviously this is where this game holds up, right? There is that criticism that it doesn't really feel like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. If you was coming into this looking at the name and thinking, yeah, it's going to play like those games, it doesn't play like those games at all. It plays more in line with your Devil May Cry's, your Metal Gear Rising and your Bayonettas, right? It's not as mad as what you can do as like the Bayonetta and Devil May Cry, but it's like that kind of pace game, you know? Doesn't play in the pace of Ninja Gaiden. Again, that might be for you, or that might not be for you. What I feel like is that these Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 in this game, they can totally live side by side because they play so differently to each other. Like, there's audiences for both games. Obviously, it doesn't matter now because they're not making Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 style. They're only making this, right? But just so you know, if we speak about the rest of the game, like I said, the reason I talked about the combat so much at the beginning is that's what really holds this game up. Because the rest of it, it seems like, I don't know if this game was built on a budget, but you know, like at the beginning I felt like there should have been a cutscene. There wasn't. Like, the graphics really ain't doing anything. Like, I got a video up on YouTube comparing it to graphics of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, and that looks great, like even animation wise. So that's why I feel like, you know, maybe it was built on a bit of a budget. The second reason I say that is because like the story's nothing to write home about. Some of the characters who you're constantly talking to, you just have dialogue with them over a computer, like this computer terminal, like the second thing is, so we've seen like 2 different biomes of levels, or maybe 3. So we've like, I cut a beginning of the bit of the video out because I was like, I don't want to like do the same content for my stream that they've showed off, you know, in all their trailers and everything. So I played like an hour of that, and then I cut forward 3 hours to get to the second biome, which is this. And now we've basically been playing this biome for like 3 hours, right? I know biome is the wrong word, but this kind of like hillside level, right? And like the first 3 hours was like that cityscape level. And where with those first 2 Ninja Gaiden games, it was like 30 minutes max, maybe 45 minutes. You play a level, you experience it, and you go to a new level, new location and everything. But here is, again, if it's like, depending on like how fast you play everything, if it's like between 2 to 3 hours, it's like we've done like 3 chapters in this biome now, you know. It feels like they're purposely doing that though, to kind of pad it out, which I don't like. So if you look at the bigger picture, like, you know, the stories, like whatever, the graphics ain't really pushing anything. Like, it feels like they're padding it out. Each level has like 1 or 2 new enemies, and you face those enemies throughout the level. And then like the big criticism is, you know, you don't play it like spoilers. Here's a tune out if you don't want to hear this. Like, Hayabusa, you only play for him as like 20% of the game, and if you want to play with him as in those first couple of levels, you have to, or those first 17 levels, whatever, you have to do it in challenge mode once you complete the game. It hasn't got as much weapons as Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. He has like 4 or 5 weapons. We haven't unlocked them all yet. Hayabusa has 1 weapon. They already announced that like a lot of his weapons, right? Hayabusa's weapons are coming as DLC, which everybody was mad about. So, you know, there's more combo potential here because you can swap weapons on the fly and everything. But, you know, again, like, they are lacking in weapons, right? So, yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one. You know, like, the core combat is solid. If all you're coming for is, like, gameplay feel, and that's always what we say, right? Feel and gameplay, that's, like, the most important thing to us. If you're just coming in for that, this feels great. This plays great. It doesn't play like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, but you know, still plays great. But like everything else about it is kind of padded out and just okay, you know, where the combat is brilliant. So yeah, that's like a full, you know, almost like I haven't seen the rest of the game, but like you know, like we've seen enough of this now that is rinse repeating the same thing. One last thing I should say, the boss fights are great. They do have a good flow to them. Like I feel like the boss fights are better than what was in Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. Especially the way like the active parry works, that you get like sword clashes, what classes as a parry. So the more aggressive you are, the quicker you can make those fights go, and like, you know, they'll go more smoothly. Again, that's just like, you know, praising the combat and the mechanics of this game. So yeah, there you have it. Again, if you want to see that graphics comparison video compared to Ninja Gaiden 2 Black or Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, that video is up on YouTube. Go check it out. If you do want to check out the full stream, it'll be over up on YouTube and Twitch under our live segments. I will make a edited shorter video of this, you know, in case you don't want to watch a 5-hour video. Don't forget, I got a Discord, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, TikTok. All that information will be in the description. Come check us out. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Are you a big fan of like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2? Are you feeling the combat of this? Do you like you know, your Devil May Cries and your Bayonettas? Is this what you wanted from this game? 'Cause I don't think there's a demo out, right? Which they probably should put one out so people like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 fans know like what this feels like, right? But yeah, I would love to hear what you think. Other than that, I think we're going to call this one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, follow and subscribe depending on the platforms you're watching, turn those notification bells on so you do know when new videos drop. Other than that, I think we're going to call it this one. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. Peace.